Good evening, fine folks. It's the first Recce Report of 2026. However, the New World Order is coming to a country near you very, very soon.
Hello, everyone. Go ahead, mate. You take it away.
Good evening, fine folks of the rebellion, those as yet undecided, and those who may have come onto the site from the dark side. My name is Cliff Purvis. I'm a former British Army corporal.
And my name's Russ Denny. I'm a former British Army warrant officer.
Yeah.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome to our very first show.
Oh, we rehearsed this, can you?
Yeah. I'll tell you what, no matter how we present our shows, buddy, they are always better than what we're seeing coming off of GB News. They're always better than what we're seeing coming off of Reform UK fascisto press call.
Right? And you said at the start, welcome to 2026. I want to wish everyone that's viewers, all our viewers, a very happy New Year.
Yeah.
We're nearly 2 weeks into it now, so it's going great so far, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, personally, my own view in wishing people Happy New Year stops at about 2 minutes past midnight. But I'm just a grumpy old bugger, according to the family. There is some truth in that. Right, so, well, where do we start? As always, we struggle every month to get this half-hour slot filled with anything. People have mentioned in the past about why do we mention on our page Veterans for Scottish Independence 2.0, why do we mention on there and on our Instagram pages? Why do we mention things to do with geopolitics? Because, folks, geopolitics matters. You know, we are not in isolation. This is not what Scotland's about. This is not what an independent Scotland should and will be about. We will be involved in geopolitics. And it's at this moment in time, I'm in despair, Russ, about what's going on here. I don't know how you feel.
Yeah, isolationism never works.
No,
it never does. You know, even in independent Scotland, we're gonna want to, trade and interact, bargain and treaty with our neighbours. I was going to say friends and neighbours, but they don't have to be friends to have a pact with. And what you're saying now, there's poor old Denmark sitting there twiddling its thumbs, not doing anything to anybody, and suddenly an invasion of Greenland's on the cards.
Yeah.
And as I said to you before, Mike, Trump has already said that the USA should control the Western Hemisphere. Now, for those of you that are not geography geeks, it may surprise you to know that 99% of Scotland is in the Western Hemisphere. All of Ireland. So if that's how it goes, mate, we will be
part of Trumpistan.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Although I know that the US does have Arctic trained troops, currently mainly stationed in Alaska.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't mess about with the Danes, mate. These are Viking stock.
It's not just that, Russ. I mean, he came out with this thing. He wants to occupy Greenland because if he doesn't, then Russia or China will. Greenland is looked after externally by Denmark. Denmark is part of NATO. You attack Greenland, it's an Article 5.
Yeah.
An attack on one is attack on all. Yeah.
And why does he want Greenland? It's Trump, mate. It's not about safety and security. No. It's for natural resources.
Yeah, it's
we know, or it's a general consensus that Greenland has untapped oil reserves.
Yes.
Which means that they know they're there, they just haven't looked for them.
Yeah. Well, the reason behind that is because it's got one of the largest ice sheets of fresh water sitting on it. You go in about that, cause that to collapse even quicker than what is happening with climate change anyway.
Suddenly, he doesn't care. No. What did he post earlier? He said that he's now the acting president of Venezuela.
Yeah.
That is, and you'd laugh if it were, because it is comical.
Yeah.
It would be comical is that you've got, these are the people that used to sit in the pub telling tall stories, and you'd be like, yeah, right, mate. But the sad thing is he's got an army of stormtroopers,
Yes.
and I don't use that word lightly, that's going to do his bidding.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You're obviously touching on the inland security fascisto ICE or whatever they call themselves. Yeah. Because was it you were saying about their training program for them?
They're what? Sorry.
The training program for his stormtroopers.
It's so not only are they offering a $50,000 sign-up bonus, they're offering what do they call it, an accelerated recruitment and training process. So they're getting like, I think it's like 6 or 8 weeks training as opposed to what used to be like, I think at least double that. Background checks are either being rushed or missed. I read somewhere earlier, this guy that's just shot this young lady in Minneapolis apparently already has existing excessive force complaints against him.
Yeah. Yeah. Which
is just the kind of person you want to hand a gun to and send them out into the wild, isn't it?
I mean, these type of people, they probably bring their own weapons. Yeah. Yeah. Because
we spoke about this before, mate, didn't we? About rules of engagement.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You can step away from a car. A car is not a lethal weapon, right? Yes, it can be turned into one. But from the video footage I've seen of that incident, the guy stepping away would have cleared him away from the danger. You know, using lethal force should be your absolute last resort.
Well, I don't know if you remember it. There was the I'm going back a bit now, but there was the young paratrooper that ended up in jail for shooting after a car that had already gone past him.
Yeah. I actually, on one of the tours I did, I had the weapon I was about to use forcibly removed from me by my Brit commander because I was going to do the very same thing. I was a young 18-year-old. I didn't know any better about these things, but as far as I was concerned, this vehicle had been aimed at my
and that was it. And I think the thing was, and I'm sure someone will correct me if I'm wrong, but if they find out that the bullet that killed the lady was not the first one, which was apparently fired from the front, but the second or third one that was fired after she gone past, then it becomes murder.
Yeah, but these guys and girls who are in this federal thing, they've got federal immunity. You know, the state, the local and state authorities can't prosecute them. Yeah, it's even going to be difficult to get a private prosecution raised against them.
I mean, you can't do it, mate. Don't get me wrong. I get that there's got to be an element of supporting crown immunity. We have crown immunity for troops abroad, but what that doesn't mean that everyone gets off scot-free.
Yeah,
it then means that instead of the individual that was ordered to go and do that, it's the person that gives the orders then that carries the can.
Yeah.
So it's not like no one gets done for it. It's like the right people get done for it.
Yeah. It's scary. It is absolutely scary to see what's happening in the US just now.
And immunity doesn't cover illegal acts.
No. This will only be an illegal act right up until the Trump administration falls, right? And then normal service will be resumed if there's anything left to resume with, because the way Trump is going.
Honestly, anyone that's watching this, and I'm seeing it now, even on homegrown social media, I'm seeing people make light of this individual, this Jonathan Ross, his name is, which I'm sure the famous Jonathan Ross a bit pissed off about. He's probably getting pelters on social media, are defending him, or in some way trying to blame the lady that got shot because she apparently tried to get away from him.
Yeah.
None of this is a death sentence, and it kind of worries me that how close certain people already are to just strapping on the jackboots.
Yeah, in the UK.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. No,
Yeah, we often quote the Martin Niemöller poem, don't we?
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
first he came. A lot of people don't know that Martin Niemöller was actually a Nazi Party member.
Yes, he was. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Absolutely was.
so
Uh,
even he got to the stage where he was like, "Yeah, this is a bit much."
yeah. Yeah. And that happens. People do, normal people with their brain wired up correctly. Even if they sign up to something originally and then they go, that's not what I signed up for.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then if they change their mind, well, they've changed their mind. Good on you. You've had the bottle to do that. Yeah. And when he changed his mind, the Nazism was in full swing, and that took an awful lot of bottle to do that. That was, and that's what we're needing here. I have no doubt there are good people being swept along with this false information that's out there about it's all the fault of others. It's all the fault of people with not the same colour skin as you, with a different religion. They're coming across the channel in inflatable boats. They are the root and cause of all the problems in the UK, which
And,
is
I,
they're
and I've
not.
and I've said it before. The problem is, you've got a well-funded propaganda machine,
Yeah,
and the simple fact is that I think probably almost all of the oligarchs, as I call them, almost all of the billionaires, right, are entrenched in their privilege, and so they're
yeah,
kind of almost by default quite right wing, right? Because they can't fathom how anyone else can not be a billionaire. You're just not working hard enough, mate.
yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Like why was your great grandfather not killing people and stealing their land where mine was? That's just
Yeah,
laziness, isn't it?
and obviously you aren't trying hard enough. You
So
deserve
so
everything.
it's so it's drip fed on a lot of it, and you see a lot. And don't get me wrong, there's funders on the left as well. I'm not going to lie, but the right is overwhelmingly better funded with
Yes,
regards to how they drip feed that propaganda in,
yeah,
and it's not done. And the whole thing about propaganda is you don't know what's happening.
yes,
You
yeah,
know, if you turn on Question Time and Nigel Farage is on for the 34th time, you think, oh, he must have something. He must have
yeah,
something worth listening to.
yeah. And you get exposed to that
Yeah,
bigotry, that racism, for the 34th time that year. And yes, I know there's going to be people out there that say that Farage and his fascists are not racist because, hey, the former Chancellor of the Tory party has defected to reform as he
I've
got
seen that,
different
mate.
colour skin.
That was
Yeah.
I read today he went in a huff because he didn't get a peerage.
Oh, jeepers. Oh, well, he'll get one from Farage just before he gets slotted. Yeah, because that's what these type of people do. They'll cling on to everybody right up until they don't need you, and then they'll slot you. They'll get
Yeah,
rid of you.
was
And
it?
one of the
I seen somebody say the other day that Reform keep going on about how bad the Tories are,
yeah,
but they keep hiring them.
yes, yeah. That's a question for root and branch members of the fascist UK party. Yeah, why do you keep hiring Tories if you despise them so much?
Yeah,
Yeah, they are. The interference that's happening in UK politics is unbelievable. It's coming from foreign powers. I mean, you have got Yakesley Lennon, two names, openly saying that he wants Trump to invade the UK because of
yeah.
the dictatorship of
Seen that,
Starmer.
yeah. Tommy 10 names, yeah.
Yeah, right. That's treason by
Yeah.
any definition. What two names has done is treason.
Oh yeah, there was
Yeah,
people
which
banged
means
up.
yeah,
There's people
yeah,
banged up in the UK at the start of the Second World War for that.
yeah, which means anybody that supports him is equally guilty of treason
Yeah.
by default, right? So all you UK equivalent of the Proud Boys out there, you statue huggers, you protectors, all life matters, unless you've got a different coloured skin, right? Yeah, you're all traitors. Simple as that, right? I think it's something that me and you have been accusing them of for many a long time, right? So, yeah, you're all a bunch of quizzlings. And if you don't
I
like
know.
being
I think
called that,
that
don't act like
they
it.
they get upset about that term, don't they? Because quizzling was a term initially used for French collaborators.
And Norwegian.
Sorry? Yeah.
Norwegian.
That was it. I remember they got a cob on before about that because you were insinuating that they were Nazis. But they're not even trying to hide it now.
Nope.
People talk about, the Trump's invasion of Venezuela, say, Maduro was a dictator. Yeah, so was the other guy you pardoned.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, from the other country.
So the other guys he buddied up to in North Korea, in Russia, in China, in various other places. I'll put a post up on our Facebook page, maybe we'll load them on.
Yeah. Yeah, he saddles up with just about every dictator that's out there.
El Salvador, he said he was the coolest dictator, the guy in El Salvador.
Well, it's Farage. Farage has already turned around and says he likes
the anti-establishment party, who seem to be populated by ex-establishment people
and heavily funded by people who have got their money through very dubious ways.
Oh my! And the cream of the cream, isn't it? Creme de la creme, Lee Anderson, and fucking Rupert Lowe, and Malcolm Offord, and the former Chancellor Zawahi, whatever his name is. You're not exactly, and Liz Truss.
Oh, you had to mention her, didn't you? You had to mention. Oh, jeepers!
I mean, if they get Anne Widdecombe, mate, I'm defecting to them because that is chef's kiss.
Oh, right, you need therapy. You really do need therapy. Now, what's our future? What's Scotland's future? Right. Well, Scotland's future starts when we have our election. Right now, we are 115 days away, and so many hours. Well, it'll be about 11 hours. 115 days and 11 hours, or 114 and 11 hours away from the polls opening. Right, on May the 7th. Okay, I'm not a spotter. I haven't got that memorised. I've got it written down here. Right. I've got a countdown on it. So yeah, I guess I am a spotter. So we have got 115 days to get our act together. We've got 115 days to convince people they have to register to vote. Then they have to get out and vote, because if we don't get out and vote, I can guarantee you that the fascists will get out and vote. They'll be out there, right?
Yeah, they will. They're already polling. I think Reform already polling at like 20%.
Yeah.
In Scotland, which even if they get no constituency seats, would give them probably about a dozen seats on the list.
Yeah, and there's nothing we can do about that.
Yeah.
As far as my understanding of that list set.
Yeah. You do. Don't get me wrong. The Scottish Parliament, up until 2011, it was quite a mismatch. You had some different people. You had independents in there. You had who was your man?
Tommy.
Became Solidarity. Was it the
is it Sheridan?
Prior to that? Yeah, Sheridan. But what was the party called before it was Solidarity?
Can't remember.
The one he got kicked out of. I can't remember.
Yeah,
but they were in there.
Yeah.
They were in there. You had some kind of you had some MSPs from some minor parties.
Yeah.
But it's becoming tribal again.
Yes. Yeah, it has.
And the truth is that the Tories have reached for the right wing, got the vote to get Boris in and the whole Brexit thing, then didn't quite capitulate enough. So then they've all defected to Reform.
Yeah.
What did Labour do? They went, maybe we need to be slightly more right wing to attract voters. They're like, no, that's not how it works.
It does in this new crazy world.
Yeah. So literally the only really, I think, progressive parties we have in Scotland that are genuinely kind of centre left. And let's face it, that's all they are. They're not radical.
Yeah.
Are the SNP and the Greens.
Yeah.
I think you've got other parties on the left that want to come in that are slightly more left wing, and some slightly more right wing.
Yeah.
With some of the policies we want to bring in. But it'd be interesting to see how it goes, Mike. But I think, Reform are. I mean, they're not gonna. If they do get MSPs, they're not going to come to help put Scotland forward. They're going to come in to disrupt and make noise.
Yeah, that's it. It'll just be a sounding chamber, and they'll get all the headlines and they'll disrupt. Now, it's absolutely crucial that first vote goes to the SNP. And I know some people out there won't be liking that, but we have to get there.
It looks like the Tories are going to get wiped out in Scotland.
Yeah, we have to return SNP government. They're the only ones with the spread of experience to get us in there, right? Who you vote on your second vote is entirely up to yourselves.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
I don't care. I'm going to go out and I don't care who you vote for, right? I just need you to go and vote. Because if you don't vote, you don't get to whinge the day after.
Yes. Yeah.
Really, because vote, and then you can whinge as much as you want.
Yeah, and we do whinge. Heck. We've been whinging since 2014, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Decide who you want to vote for and go and vote for them.
Yeah.
I've never been a fan of, and we've spoken this before, about kind of trying to jig the system with the hunt, because it pretty much up to now has done what it was designed to do. Gives parties a broadly proportional representation in the Parliament.
Yeah.
That's what it was designed to do.
Yeah.
That design is set up to ensure that no one party gets a majority, which is not necessarily a bad thing, because parties should be doing the kind of horse trading.
Well, we've seen what happens when in Westminster, when one party comes in with a massive majority and is led by an incompetent, higher educated, and I use educated very loosely, oaf by the name of Johnson. We've seen the incompetence when this group of islands needed a strong, determined leader during the pandemic. We had Johnson. We had Johnson. Yeah, he wanted to be Churchill. Well, he had his Gallipoli moment when you think of the deaths that man is directly responsible for.
It was, mate. But it was the start of it, wasn't it? And you're seeing it even now. You've seen it even now. It's the whole, and we're going to talk about the myth of, Marie Antoinette let them eat cake, the start of the French Revolution. But that's what's happening, mate. You've got the privileged and the entrenched who don't give a shit about us plebs.
No.
Because they're building space rockets and sailing around in their yachts.
Yeah.
They don't give a shit about it. They're not genuine people. Labour used to be the party of the working class.
Yeah.
Right? And that meant not just the people from the working class that were in work, which is where they seemed to switch that a couple of years ago. They kind of say, if you're out of work, we're really not the party for you.
Yeah.
Like, well, that's not.
That's not how it used to be.
That is just that drift to the right. And it happened. A lot of people don't realise this, but the two-party system in America, Republicans and the Democrats, believe it or not, the Democrats were the ones that were pro-slavery, and the Republicans were the ones that were against slavery. Lincoln was a Republican.
Yeah.
But what then happened was the New Deal in the 1930s started giving lots of rights to black and minority voters. And that was a Democrat policy. So they started drifting to the Democrats, and the Republicans were losing big still. Meanwhile, you had all the Southern white voters who voted Democrat saying, this is a bit of shit. And the Republicans went, we'll have that.
Yeah.
So they call it the party switch. Didn't happen overnight. It took about 30, 40 years, but you can read up about it.
Right.
So the Democrats and Republicans changed the good guy, bad guy hat.
Right.
Between the 1930s and the 1960s. So Labour does have a chance to come back, but not if they keep chasing the Tory vote.
No, No, and that's the sad thing. They don't need to. There's enough genuine, decent Labour voters out there that will vote Labour if they go back to being Labour Party.
Yeah,
Looking after.
I'm a little bit disappointed, mate, because we've been having some back and forth on our Facebook page over the last week.
Yeah.
We've had quite an influx of shall we say less than supportive of the independence movement, and we put an open invite out there for anyone who was disgruntled or even just gruntled to come along and join the debate, and they haven't done it.
No,
it's almost as if they're quite happy hiding behind their anonymous screens, mate.
Yeah, of course they are. They're cowards. Every single one of them. Keyboard cowards. Yeah. We've got 3 minutes. There you go. You got 2.5 minutes to rebuke that statement. Yeah, bunch of fascists.
Yeah. Come on board. But it's always good to see. We've got some regular viewers that are here tonight. Wolf and Helen, good to see you always. You've been a bit quiet tonight. But so yeah, pipe up, say hello.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think they're shy, or do you think they're just?
I think a lot of them were just probably Russian bots, mate, Russian hackers, or whoever it is, because they're quite easy to spot.
Yes.
I was laughing at the ones where it was like someone who's not posted a public Facebook post in 7 years suddenly commenting on a post by Veterans for Scottish Independence 2.0.
Yeah.
You're like, mate, how riled up do you have to be radio silent for 7 years? And then go, that's the thing that's going to make me post.
Suddenly you whack the 50 watts and you're giving it that. You're burning that antenna. There's pigeons dropping out the skies.
Well, welcome, Kirsty. Hello. Glad to have you here.
Kirsty.
I hope you come back next time and we're not scared you off.
Yeah, is that a cat there? Yeah, it is. It's got to be a good person. She's got a cat.
Yeah, gotta have cats only stay with good people. So I've heard. So my cats tell me anyway.
Yes, my grandcat tells me that every time she's clubbing me today.
Your grandcat. I've got a graduation photo, mate. Right where the day before I went to get the picture done, my cat was a kitten at the time, was chasing flies in the bedroom, and while I was asleep, she launched at one of them, missed it, and came down and just clawed right down my face. So I've got a graduation picture with a lovely big scar down my nose. I mean, if the scar had stayed and you could still see it, there'd be a cooler story than that.
Yeah, absolutely. IEDs or whatever. Right, buddy, are you watching this time?
We are. We're almost good. Ruth says hi to everybody. She also says that she's playing Free Cell while she listens. See, multitasking. It's a game, mate. It's a game. It's a game the kids are playing these days.
Right.
Free Cell, mate. It's been on Windows PCs for about 30 years now.
Russ, you of all people are well aware of my IT literacy.
So the crazy kids are into these days. Free Cell and Pop Rocks.
Now you're just making it up.
Free Cell and Dib Dabs, mate.
I give up. I really do. Anyway,
folks, we're at that time. Man, that has gone so quick.
It has.
We shall be back on the second Monday of the month next month. Don't ask me what date it is. You can look at your calendar and work it out. Yeah. But it's going to be, I think, 5 weeks today because there's a long month this month, isn't it?
It is, yes.
So I think it'll be, what is it? Could be the 11th?
I have no idea about it.
I don't know.
We should, we need to rehearse. That's what.
No, the 9th, I think. It'll be the 9th, I think.
Right. I'll take your word for it. We will advertise. It will be advertised. Trust us on this. Right. Hey, Russ.
Well, it'll be the 9th. But thank you everyone for joining us. Always a pleasure. We really, really do appreciate you coming.
Well, it's actually quite humbling for people to come on and listen to me and you talk our way through half an hour, hopefully being very relevant as to what's going on there. Yeah. Now, what I said about the Scottish elections. Yeah. Remember, we're doing it because the future is bright, despite what Trump and everybody's trying to do to us. Right? The future is bright. Because independence is most definitely right.
Shar Alba. Take care, everyone.
See you later, guys.